What's up, guys? Welcome to None of This Really Matters, where everything in North Korea is much more important than what we're talking about today. I'm Ryan Provoscard.
I'm Jake.
And today we're going to be talking about Ready Player One, movie coming out tonight. Midnight hype. We're going to the midnight showing tonight. What are you expecting?
First off, I've seen all the trailers on TV. I know that there's going to be cameos like none other, all the sorts of things like a nostalgia that I grew up with. Characters from video games, characters from movies. I'm excited to see how they're going to use special effects with it, because it's all going to be virtual reality.
It's absolutely going to be something we've never seen before. I've been super stoked on this ever since I saw the first trailer, and I really wanted to read the book. Never heard of the book before. This guy told me about it. Listened to the entire audiobook in one day. Absolutely perfect. Love that book. So what are some things you're expecting in the movie that you loved in the book?
For me, definitely that Spielberg is taking direction of the movie. I know it's going to be amazing. He's going to have just all the sort of things that we would expect from movies like E.T. and classic Spielberg movies.
For me personally, I'm super excited to just see like the world in general. I usually have a lot of high expectations for movies when I first go into them, especially if I've read the book. I loved the book. I know I'm going to love the movie because really the best part of the book for me was just the fact that they created that world. And I just want to see that world.
Same. Growing up, my dad, he had a collection of VHS tapes that we watched as kids all the time. Growing up on movies like The Goonies and E.T. and just classic 80s movies that I love. And seeing them kind of come into a new light with modern technology is just going to blow our socks off.
I don't expect everything from the book to be in the movie. As we saw from the trailers,
there's just too much detail in the book that you can't
put
in movies. It's just not going to turn out the way we think.
But I know that it's not going to cover everything, so it's going to be like two different experiences.
This came to my mind. Do you think there's going to be anything at the end of the credits?
I don't know.
This is a movie all about Easter eggs. Why wouldn't they? Just curious.
I never thought of that. That's interesting.
Mind.
We'll definitely have to stay at the end of the credits because I don't know if this is a movie that they'll make a second time. So I'm super stoked. We're going to just hop in the car now. We're going to go to the movie. We'll come back and let you guys know.
It's going to be awesome. See you later.
Dang.
Oh man, that was such a good movie.
That movie was so great. Didn't you love it?
Oh, I loved it. It was so great.
We saw it in IMAX, and I mean...
Definitely go and see it in IMAX.
For sure. If there's any movie that you need to see this year in IMAX, it's this one.
Without a doubt. For a movie that's so submersive in its content and so heavy on special effects, you have to see it in an IMAX. Spielberg outdid himself. The effects were just absolutely amazing. We were even watching certain parts in the movie and I just turned over to Ryan. I was like, this is just amazing. It's beautiful. I love when directors use full-on sets. They build the sets, they're tangible, they're really there. And Spielberg had that perfect balance between green screen and actually being on location. And I really, really like that.
Never doubted him for a second, but the great thing that he did with this movie is, just like we were hoping for, brought back that nostalgic feel with E.T. and The Goonies and Hook and all of those movies that we loved. It was such an experience to be able to see the Halo characters running around and the Ninja Turtle characters with Lord of the Rings orcs and just all in the same universe. It was such a great experience. That's what I would call this movie more than anything else. An experience. I absolutely would see this movie again in theaters. Probably 3 times in theaters.
You can't go wait and Redbox this movie because you can't see it on your iPad or your phone. Really give it the magic at the movies because it's what it needs, it's what it deserves. And you have to really enjoy it on that kind of a scale.
The action in this was so great. The story was, again, always going to be great because the book was great. There were some things that weren't in the movie that...
There were a lot of things that didn't translate from the book to the movie, but you can't copy all the things like we said earlier. It's kind of hard. If you haven't read the book, the backstory in the movie covers it, but the way in the book, it just goes on and on. Ernest Cline does a really great job of describing how the Oasis becomes somewhat of an addiction, but also it becomes the new world. People have their jobs there. That's how people earn their living there. They earn everything. They talk a little bit about relationships and things, but that's not the main focus of it. It's to escape the real world and then people get lost in it.
My favorite part of the book, again, was the world building, and this, like, it took it to a whole whole other level.
Oh, yeah.
To see it. Me reading it is one thing, and I can definitely take my mind there, but actually seeing it, especially from Steven Spielberg's perception of it, it was outstanding.
But I think they did an outstanding job making that world as best they could from the book without losing too much of it.
I even think the actors did a really great
Oh,
job.
absolutely.
Too. Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cook, Ben Mendelsohn, the bad guy, he was great. I thought he was such an awesome bad guy.
They did such a great job because they had to go back and forth between physically acting in a set, and then they also had to challenge themselves when it came to voice acting.
Yeah, that is so true, because like there were so many times where it was so seamless, where it was real life Wade Watts and then virtual reality Wade Watts, where their movements and actions were the same in each transition, and it was beautifully done.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was awesome. This is definitely a movie you guys gotta go see.
for sure.
Thanks for stopping in here today, watching None of This Really Matters, where we take movies, music, books, board games, anything that we think is worth talking about, and we talk about them. So tune in for more stuff if you like this, and drop us a line.
Okay, bye-bye now.